And what's up, SFL Nation? And welcome back to SFL Nights with AJ Striker. Thank you so much for joining me today or tonight or whenever you decide to hit that play button. I really appreciate it, y'all. The draft is over. That was one of the biggest things that the SFL had going on over this past week. That's why I've actually taken some time off because I'm GM of the Scorpions, and I had to go and make sure that we had our rookie draft board along with Kanka. We had our rookie draft board in order to make sure we made the right selections, and we did. We're so happy with all of our team selections that we made. I actually have a wonderful podcast tonight because these rookies that were drafted are actually on the show. I have about 25 people on this show tonight that's going to give basically their testimony as to how they felt when they were drafted and how they felt about the draft in its entirety, and even what their plans are and how they're going to make an impact for season 15. For their team. So it's a great thing. I also have a bonus interview for you with Mr. Kanka, another Arizona Scorpion brethren, and he is also my right-hand man as far as GM status. I couldn't do it without you, Mana, and I'm so grateful for you, for your help this season, man. So, I hope you guys enjoy the show. Please sit back, relax, and listen. All right, and welcome back to SFL Nights with AJ Striker, and look who I have here. These are all of the newly drafted rookies, or at least some of them. It's a lot of them. It's 19 of y'all in here, so thank all of you for being here. I really appreciate it. What I decided to do was do like a post-rookie podcast, so I kind of followed your journey, like while you're playing in the SFLM, the championship SFL draft time, and now you've been drafted. So I kind of want to get your overall thoughts on the draft itself, on you actually being drafted with your team, and how you plan on making an impact for your team in season 15, okay? So I'm calling you one by one, and I'm going to start with you first, Christopher. Also, make sure that you mention what team you got drafted to, and your player name as well. All right, go, Chris.
That's me?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, how you doing, everybody? First, I want to say I'm very thankful to be drafted to the SFL. It's something that I worked extremely hard for. My navigator teammates were very awesome in supporting me. Let me jump right into this, though. I know you're on the clock. So how do I feel about being picked in the draft? Words can't explain it. It was a long time in the making. Anybody who waited as long as I did, I got drafted in the 6th round, pick 111. It was nail biting, getting gritty there at the end. I didn't think it was going to happen. I was ready to go back to Annapolis, but I had a coach and GM reach out to me from Queen City Corsairs. What's up, everybody? They reached out to me, and they decided to go with me, and I promised to do some things for them. And I'm a rookie, so I'm willing to do pretty much whatever it takes to help the team win.
Awesome. Thank you, Chris. And Andre Krim, how you doing?
Not too bad. Well, I started my journey with the San Jose Flight. I'm now, I was drafted 11th overall by the Mexico City Aztecs. Surprised to go that early. But as for the draft process, I was thrilled with it. Top notch. Cam did a wonderful job. As for how I plan to work with my team, I've started a team podcast. I'm going to be scouting for the team and hopefully getting to some quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah. As long as it's not me, we all good. All right. All right, Leo.
How y'all doing? Yeah, it was bittersweet for me, as everybody know, man. We had a hiccup with my draft pick, so I got drafted by Houston, but I ended up on Atlanta. That was a crazy experience for me because I guess somebody was being nice, man. So they gave my name to a GM, and the GM drafted me. But It's a long story, but I'm happy with the process. I like the way it looked overall. I was surprised, man, how in depth the league is and the draft process was. So I was happy about that. So yeah, me and Chris Porter, we on the same team, and we both gonna do a podcast for the Atlanta Swarm, probably repeating champs. But and I'm also gonna learn from the veterans. You know, I'll sit back and just take this rookie season to learn the game in the ins and outs. But yeah, overall, nice, well done.
Fantastic, man. Thanks, Leo. All right, Nathan Hall.
Yep, my player name is Nate Hall. Drafted as right tackle for the Vancouver Legion. Big shout out to my man Andy Hamilton for drafting me. The overall draft process was really, really smooth. Cam, like was already said, he did an awesome job with the draft. I was actually surprised to go as late as I did. I talked to a number of teams and GMs and owners. Thought I would pick a little bit sooner, but overall thrilled that I got picked at all, honestly. So looking to make an impact for the team any way I can, and actually looking to maybe go into get my foot into broadcasting a little bit, broadcasting games, and Andy said he would help me out in that avenue as much as he could. So yeah, just ready to go, ready to hit the field and help out, win games for the Legion.
Fantastic, and you do have the right one to help you out with that too. All right, Leonard Butler.
Yes, it's Leonard Butler Sr. I got drafted by the Louisiana Revolution, which played out real good because I was born and raised in Louisiana. And I appreciate Walt Snifely reaching out to me. I played for the Ottawa Cavalry at tight end. Now I'm an old lineman. I'm planning on keeping the big boys off of my quarterback. And I really enjoyed the draft experience. I did. I enjoyed myself immensely. I'm still trying to learn the on and off buttons before I do anything technical because I'm blowing everything up and out of the water with that. But I'm enjoying myself. I really am. This is a lot of fun, and you helped me out immensely, and I really appreciate that.
Anytime, man. Anytime. I'll do what I can. Thank you.
Thank you.
Eagle?
Hey, how we doing?
Good.
This is Eagle Mondavi. I was drafted by St. Louis with the 30th overall pick. Extremely excited because two of my best friends who I joined the league with, Kyra Martinez and Geralt Winkler, also got drafted to St. Louis. So we're going to be around for St. Louis for a while. We don't plan on leaving at all. The draft process, it was awesome. It was exciting. I was actually part of the mock draft team that put mocks out before the draft, and that's where I'm going to continue with my content for the league. We're the five of us are going to continue to put content out all season long, upcoming for the next draft.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. And Jean Valentine.
Yes. Well, the draft experience was pretty tense. You know, I was nervous. I'm glad I was drafted by Portland. Shout out to Nelson. Shout out to Jacob and Mel. It was pretty awesome. You know, I thought I wasn't going to get picked because it took so long, but I was grateful. You know, it's been a long journey, and I plan on helping out my team by being, more dependable, third down, second down, things like that. I plan on helping out a little bit more, but I want to get my hands wet first.
Gotcha. Respectable. Got that. All right. Let's go with Tommy.
All right. Tommy the Taz Manzanardi here. I got drafted by Charleston as a linebacker, which is great. I was very excited. The overall, shout out to Alan and Johnny. Overall draft experience was great. It was an emotional roller coaster. I had to wait till the last round, draft pick number 120, but it all worked out in the end. How am I going to help my team? I'm just going to be a positive force in the locker room and on the field, just being a ball hawk at linebacker. And then I'm also going to help out with scouting and stats maybe, and maybe eventually I'd like to do some broadcasting. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, and I just want to say that the guys on the team have been very welcoming in the chat room and stuff, and so that's been cool. And we've got another rookie, Dick the Dad Bod Baker, that made some cool cards and stuff, player cards already. So that's pretty cool. And then I've just been very impressed by the professionalism of the league overall and the quality of the productions that I see. It's just awesome. And also, this league's amazing. I found out that Chris Porter, who's on this call, lives in Oceanside, which is like 10 minutes from where I live in Carlsbad, California. So that's pretty amazing when you think about it.
Absolutely. It's a small world.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Dom. All right, Mike.
Hey.
Hey, what's up, man?
All right. Well, first off, thanks, AJ, again for giving us your platform to kind of, share our experiences and put ourselves out there. We really appreciate that. For me, I would start with the draft experience as a whole, which is really, really great. SFL really set a standard with this one, so hopefully I want to keep seeing the production level go up more and more and more. It was a really good feeling, a really good thing to experience, because being in the minor league, we were, with your teammates, and then seeing them go, and then also seeing other fellow players that you played against go to different teams. It was a really good experience. It created a good moment that I'll honestly remember. And I was drafted by Vancouver Legion, the 32nd pick in the second round, and I honestly had no expectations of being drafted at all, honestly. I really was only in the league since I believe it was April 10th, and I just kind of started putting myself out there and reaching out to coaches and GMs and owners. And funny story is, the first owner I actually reached out to was actually Andy. And I was all in the league for maybe all of 10 minutes. And I reached out to him. I was like, hey, so I just joined up. I see y'all looking for defensive end. It was one of the positions that I selected. So I was like, hey, what do I do now? What's going on? How does this work? He's like, are you on the team? I don't know. But he's like, yeah, get on the team first. And then, as you go through your season, and he kind of guided me along the way. We getting started, answered some questions. And then from that point on, we just always kept in contact, went through the interview process, and really just got to know each other. Which was really good. So
awesome.
Kind of like fate that they call me. So as far as how I'm gonna make an impact on my team, well, one is just by basically progressing my player, developing myself with the help of Andy, and also doing with scouting, helping out with scouting.
All right, Mike. Fantastic. Zeke, what you got?
Hey, Ashley, I want to thank you once again for putting this together for everybody. Appreciate it much. Draft process was a little tough, coming from the championship, Madison Lynx. Slipped in the draft all the way down to the 6th round. It was a little touch and go there. Wasn't sure I was going to get drafted or not, but big shout out to Berto. Big shout out to Dion for talking to me, taking a look at me. Berto had interviewed me before I left the Madison Lynx, and took a chance on me. I'll be playing free safety out of Tulsa. Helps lock down that secondary. Dion seemed like a great guy, a great organization. So I think I'm going to learn a lot from those guys. And I do want to try to get into broadcast at some point in time. I know you told me who to reach out to, so that's something I'm definitely going to look forward to doing. I know you're short on time. You have to get the time clock ticking up top, so I'm going to cut this short and let the rest guys take it away.
All right. And let's go with Shad.
Yo, what's going on, man? It's Shad Allen. You're down south of Georgia, boy. Hey, shout out to the Portland Fleet, man, for drafting me 57th overall. Thank you to Mel, Nelson, Jacob, the whole coaching staff over there. I'm very thankful. My draft experience, pre-draft, my DMs was going crazy. When the draft started, it was straight crickets. But luckily, Jacob and Nelson, they kept me in the loop, so I'm very thankful for them. I'm excited to see what's going to happen, make some plays out here and help my team whichever way is possible. So that's about it.
Appreciate it, Sean. All right, Cliff Allen, Arizona pick.
That's right. This is a little bit of home field advantage, but
I can, but
maybe a little bit. But Ashley, thank you for having me on as well. Appreciate your time. Appreciate you giving us the opportunity to speak. I am Cliff Allen, and I'm the kicker for the Arizona Scorpions. I came from the Lincoln Rattlers. First and foremost, I want to thank you, Ashley, as well as Eddie, for the opportunity to be drafted. The truth is that as a kicker, I had very little hope to be drafted, quite honestly. I happened to be on a camping trip with my family, and I was totally disconnected. So I came back on Friday and immediately checked my Discord, and I didn't have a lot going on. And things happened really, really quickly, and I was just lucky enough to end up in Arizona. Honestly, the draft overall was exciting. I think I saw the first round and the round that I was drafted, round 6, picked 105. And if you watched it, I looked like an idiot because I was so excited to be drafted. There was a little bit of a delay between like the Google Meet and then what was being broadcasted, so that was kind of funny too. But a memorable experience and a great way to start off a career in the SFL. Honestly, my contributions to the Arizona Scorpions, first and foremost, I'm going to score points with my foot. That's number one. So maybe not too much because that means maybe we're not scoring touchdowns, but accuracy, consistency is key there. On the side, I'm also going to be working on some scouting for Eddie, as well as graphic design and pushing that out. So just really proud to be on the team. And once again, Ashley, thank you.
Anytime, brother. All right, Polo Tickin, how you doing? You gotta unmute. You're muted.
yeah, sorry about being late, y'all. I was trying to get some money real quick.
Hey, I understand that.
Had to get some money real quick. I just got my student loans. My student loans was $194,000. I got it down to $10,000.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Had to take that call. Yeah. What's the questions? Forgot the questions.
Oh, gotcha. So basically, how you feel about being drafted, your overall view of the draft, and how do you plan on impacting your team in like about 1 or 2 minutes?
Okay. So with the draft, I felt good, but I felt I slipped a little bit. So it was kind of sad being on draft cam all them days and I wasn't getting drafted. So I was kind of sad. I didn't know I was going to go already to the 5th round, but it worked out because I'm on Atlanta, so that's a good team. Then my homie Leo's on my team. So, and then I really like Atlanta, and I just plan to help them out as much as I can. We're going to do a podcast. I think I'm going to jump on a broadcast this weekend. So I'm going to make all these owners regret not drafting me. They're going to remember the name, the Porterhouse.
Porterhouse steak, all right.
I'm about to eat all these. And then our D-line is so good, so I'm really excited. We got a real good line. It's about to be nasty on y'all.
All right, Nate Brown.
What's going on, everybody?
Chilling, man.
You hear me? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Nate Brown. What's up, Porterhouse? We all play for the Rockets with Cliff. I got drafted by Baltimore Vultures, and they kept in touch with me since like the 3rd week, so we got a good relationship built up. I even talked to y'all too for a second, but you know what I mean? That's how the ball rolls. But I'm glad to be a part of this. I saw it first on Pluto TV on 11 Sports. I'm like, what is this? And then I just started watching like all weekend. I'm like, I'm kind of hooked now, so I had to get involved instantly. And what I bring to the line is they made me a lineman, so as a defensive tackle. So I'm out to sack some quarterbacks and put the running back on his back the way it's supposed to be.
All right, thank you so much. And Steven.
No problem.
Stephen McMichaels.
Hello? Okay, yeah, I guess you can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean, getting drafted 2nd round, number 37 pick, it was a very joyful thing. I mean, because I didn't really expect that, you know. but I knew that I was there, and I knew that I tried to do the stats, and we spoke about the parsing problem, and I'm always there to cheer on my teammates, right, guys? They know. I mean, Gene and then and I had a great experience in SFLM, and then just hoping to be able to help the team, be there to cheer them on, and maybe if my internet does better, maybe I can get into a little broadcasting or a little bit of scouting. I mean, we'll see. I just want to get my feet wet and see where I can go.
Absolutely. Gotcha. All right, iPad. Now, I know iPad is not your name. You got to unmute.
Is that me?
Yes.
Oh, my fault. I guess I don't know what the deal is, but as Marlon Marshall Juice, as I go by on the Discord, Belton, South Carolina, man, I was picked up second round, 21st pick from Denver. It's crazy because I'm a Denver Bronco fan. But I found the SFL just, randomly. I was on YouTube and found it. Crazy thing is Denver actually drafted my cousin, so we're gonna be on each end on the D line. So that's gonna be cool to watch for the family member. But the draft experience was amazing because for me, growing up being a football player, me being 28, being a trainer, the only thing you're thinking about as an athlete is to hear your name called on the TV. And so having that happen in a different aspect did a lot for me. It closed a lot of doors and did a lot of things for me that I was always aspiring for. So that did a lot for me, man. But me, I'm gonna just make an impact, just how I always have been, just being myself. I believe in myself. I believe in the character I was raised to be. Have fun, go crazy on the field. But honestly, I'm really looking forward to hooking up my boy Rain, who was a teammate of mine in Fuel. So we're gonna have a team together in SFLM. So I'm trying to get the coaching and eventually have my own team. So we're gonna have that do things again.
All right. And next up, we have Rain Rowe.
Hey, Ashley, it's good to be here.
Good to see you.
All right. First, I'd like to give a shout out to Juice and Ben Stone, my ex-teammates from Birmingham View. Happy birthday. I also like to give a shout out to Frank. He drafted me from Jacksonville Kings. My draft experience was actually pretty cool because I had a lot of teams that was going to draft me in the first round. I just had to wait to the spot to get to. And the 14th pick, Jacksonville picked me, and I was, really happy to go there. Myself, the impact I'm going to make with the team, I want to help with the scouting and everything. I'm going to learn from one of the best in the game, from Frank. Learn with the offense and defense. I'm going to learn the best for the best. And for that, making a big impact, you're looking at the rookie of the year right here, defensive rookie of the year. I'm going for 6 interceptions. Not trying to be cocky. I'm just being confident.
Oh, okay. Now, you do understand that if that don't happen, I'm going to hold you to it, right?
Hold me to it.
I do. All right. And last but not least, Zachary.
Hi, I'm Zach Turner, defensive tackle for the London Knights Fish and Chips. How do I feel about being picked in the draft? Well, honestly, I didn't care what round I went in. I was gonna be excited either way. I was happy. Heard my name called. Everybody knows that. Put the elephant mask on, danced a little, gave people something to laugh at. The overall experience in the draft was fun to see other guys go. I was in all the draft cameras rooms, cheering for other guys when they got drafted, just to be there to support them, even though I have to wait. And how I'll make an impact this season is hopefully scouting, an artist, making designs, or broadcasting. And one of my goals, and on the field, and I want to, since we're getting confident, I want to try to shoot for leading the league in sacks this year.
Okay, setting them goals. Well, listen, guys, I want to thank y'all for being on the show.
Hey, how you gonna do that with me? You ain't gonna do that if I'm playing. You gotta chill, bro. You gotta chill, man. You gotta chill.
I'm
bro.
coming.
Do that.
Elephant's coming.
The elephant in the room.
Courthouse coming too. Shit, you ain't doing that. You better call.
Hey, tell him about that. Tell him about that D line again, though, Paul.
I'm trying to tell him he ain't listening. He gonna see. Shit.
Hey,
Shout
you
out
see
to my
that
homies,
last?
Jay Will and Billy Ray Valentine. We killing it.
I got a sack yesterday. My rating 49. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. I was like, damn, I got a sack. But nah, I guess that's why they were trying to push for the offensive lineman, because if you got all these like user players at D line, but computer players, I guess at the offensive line, it's kind of tough, right? Because the offensive line ain't really progressing.
Nah.
Yeah,
Well, it's more so we've just really started adding offensive line players since it was so many people in the draft. They just opened up the rosters for us.
Okay.
So we actually have the opportunity to protect the quarterback now. So I'm glad we did, because you guys are coming apparently. So you say.
Y'all got to PayPal. Y'all got to PayPal people money to take them offensive line spots. Y'all better give them a couple dollars on the side.
Hey,
you know what's funny? Because
I was gonna say maybe I'll put that in the suggestion box for next time.
Yeah, like, can we slide them a couple dollars? Or just say they name more, like the broadcasters mention, like, oh, what a nice block by X, Y, and Z, just to make them feel happy, because you want to hear your name called. That's the main
true.
thing about it.
That's true.
And make sure y'all watch me on Sunday though. It's gonna be my first broadcast. I'm doing it with Charles.
Nice. It's gonna be awesome, man.
My first one, we're gonna do the scrimmage together, so I'm gonna see how it sound on the radio.
Y'all gotta reach out to London and scrimmage London. Come on now.
All right, we'll see. Talk to Swarms. Talk to the what's his name? Cheers.
Yeah.
Awesome. But guys, thank you. And listen, y'all stay tuned, because I do have a few more rookies coming up. They actually sent in some videos for y'all to check out right now.
Hey, what's up, SFL community? I just wanted to say that it's just been an amazing venture in the SFL so far, and this being put on Boise Mud Dogs was quite the adventure too. Be able to see myself play the game and stuff, it was amazing. As far as the draft goes, the draft was totally amazing. Colin and Freeman and Drew all stayed in close contact with me. Awesome interviews I had with them. All the way up until I was drafted, they were in contact with me and just telling me step by step what they wanted, what they were looking for and all. And I'm just so glad that they put their trust into me and put me on their team and stuff. And it's just been, like I said, it's just been an amazing adventure. What I want to do for the team is just, I'm one of these people that you take a chance on me and I'm going to bend over backward for you, and I'm going to do everything in my power and everything that I can do to stay with this team. And I'm a committed person, so if they're taking a chance on me, then I'm going to be dedicated to them. I'm all about being a team player. It's not about anything else but being a team, playing as a team, working as a team. So we work together, play together, achieve things together. We'll all be great together. And I just want to thank you for the time that having me for this interview, and I appreciate all that the SFL community is doing, and I just want everybody to have an awesome season, and I just hope everybody enjoys themselves. Thank you.
What's up, everybody? This is number 99 here, Gary Marks, defensive end for the Fort Worth Toros. That's a ton of fun to say, man. I just wanted to take this opportunity to shout out everybody that was involved in the draft and the SFLM, everything. You guys made it awesome. It felt really special. Felt like the real deal. I showed some family and friends a video of me getting drafted, and they were like, "What is this?" I said, "It's the SFL, baby." It's been so much fun. Anybody on the fence about joining or taking the steps to join this league, do it, man. No regrets. Been so much fun. I'm looking forward to even more. And take care, everybody.
Hey, Ashley. I'm glad to be a part of your podcast, and it's been over 8 weeks since the first one, I believe. But right now, this is the rookie draft interview. And I have to say, I'm really excited to see what's next for the SFL. My experience with the drafting process has been very fun and full of suspense. And that's why everyone saw me dancing for like a whole 30 seconds when I got drafted to the Denver Nightwings. And I know everybody's like, "Man, Statman, when you gonna dance on cam again?" And I do appreciate the good comments and the chat emojis that came from it. But after that big star play, I just decided to chill. Being on camera is one thing, but sometimes it's better to focus on building your life outside of the cameras and outside of the league so that you can have that confidence when you're on camera again. Right now, I've just decided to take more of a behind-the-scenes role as I've received the news that my grandmother was sick. And I've just been taking my time this off-season to focus on my mental health while also meeting the new Denver locker room and just building that teammate chemistry. I never was one to really worry about championship rings and all of that stuff when I was in the SFLM because I wanted to get drafted to a good team that I could be a part of for the long term of my SFL career. And by the looks of it, Denver is definitely the right team for me. I'm also happy for others that has gotten drafted as well. I am happy for Hugo Reynosa and Thomas Smith for getting drafted to Lone Star. Ricky Thornton was drafted to Jacksonville, Fox Highland getting drafted to London, and I'm really happy that Stephen McMichaels was drafted as well, as it was a dream come true for him. A lot of my friends in the SFLM season have grown into pro players, and it's really fun to see them playing for different teams. As for making an impact with my team, just sit back and watch the art and the stats speak for themselves. Shout out to Las Vegas, as I know Vice Wars in Season 15 is going to be fun. And much love to Arizona and Carolina as well, because Week 6 and Week 7 is about to be some pause wars. Hope everyone stays safe through these hard times, and we work together to make this league fun for the newer people that's coming in and for the people that's already in here. Thank you for having me on here, Ashley. Happy late birthday, by the way.
Hey everybody, this is Nick the Sambucan Stallion, La Sala, number 41 fullback for Arizona Scorpions. I'm so glad to be here, so happy. Obviously, when I first signed up with the SFL, it was just I just wanted to land somewhere, and I got lucky enough to talk to Eddie Gage and the Arizona Scorpions about, coming on as their fullback and content creator. And, it was a no-brainer. Within 5 minutes of talking to Eddie, I knew that this was where I needed to be because he saw skills in me that I wanted to bring to bear in the most useful way that I can to support an organization that understands what it's all about, which is the relationships that are going to sustain way past the ending of any game that we might play. So it was definitely a blast to do that. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Arizona Scorpions. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, everybody. I'm so glad to be here, and I look forward to seeing you on the field. Thank you.
Hello, SFL world. My name is Jay Hayden. I was the 86th overall pick by the Baltimore Vultures. I am the backup tight end to Lloyd Graham Jr. I'm from Reeltown, Alabama. My freshman year in college was at Troy University. Was actually redshirted, and my redshirt freshman year and sophomore year were at Huntingdon College. I've always been a huge sports fan. Love football. I love basketball. I had dreams and aspirations of one day being a professional football player. Unfortunately, that dream was cut short due to injury my sophomore year. I kind of figured that that window of opportunity was essentially closed at that point. But unfortunately, I was introduced to the SFL, and I have been in love with everything that I have seen from the SFL ever since. I love the community. I love the players. I love the coaches. I love the GMs, the owners, the commissioner. Everybody has been so gracious. Everybody has been so welcoming. It's been a really, really amazing, really awesome experience, and an experience that I will for sure remember for the rest of my life. And speaking of experiences, I know I wasn't a first round or a second round draft pick or anything like that, but even still, even being drafted in the 5th round, being 86th overall pick, that was a moment, as cliche as it may sound, it was a moment that I will for sure remember for the rest of my life. It was an absolutely amazing moment. I had my son there, he was with me. I had my daughter there, she was with me. My wife was there, and we're all sitting there in the living room watching the draft live. They didn't 100% know what was going on. I didn't know if I would be drafted or not. It just so happened that I had been in communication with a few owners and a few GMs, but I've been in communication with TJ from the Baltimore Vultures, and he got me in contact with Chad, and Chad and I communicated for a while, and finally Chad, he sent me a message and said, "Hey man, do you want to be a Vulture?" And I told him, absolutely, I absolutely do. So he said, "Hey, we're about to take you right now. We're about to take you with 86 picks." So it was a moment. It was an experience that I just never thought that I would get a chance to experience. Because again, we're watching it live, and once the commissioner said my name, my kids' eyes got really wide, and they turned because they're staring at the television, and they turn and look at me, and they're like, "Wait, Dad, is that you?" And I'm like, yeah, that's me. And so they're just jumping around the living room, super excited about it, and it was just it was a phenomenal moment. But as awesome and as memorable as a moment as it was, I don't intend on it being the end of my journey with the SFL and with Baltimore. I intend on doing my part in bringing Baltimore their first ever SFL championship. And whatever I need to do, I'm a team player, always have been and always will be. I'm going to stay in communication with the coach. I'm going to stay in communication with the GM and the owners. Keep communicating in the locker room with the players. Just figure out what it is that they need from me in order for us to be successful. Not just season 15, but moving forward as long as my career in SFL lasts. And I really hope that I'm a Baltimore Vulture, for the life of my career. As long as they'll have me, I'm here. I'm going to be here. They took a chance on somebody who hadn't proven, a rookie who hadn't proven anything. I didn't play in the minors. I haven't really been involved in the community for an extremely long time at all, but they believed in me, and I won't let them down. So, hopefully, again, we can make it to the championship for the first time, and hopefully we can bring ourselves that trophy and get us a ring. So, super excited about the season. Can't wait to get started. And I just want to say thank you, AJ, for giving us this platform to speak as rookies. We really do appreciate that, if I can speak on behalf of the rest of the rookies. But I definitely appreciate it. I know they appreciate it as well. And you take care. Hope to talk to you soon. Be well.
And welcome back to my Fourth and Goal interview. Tonight's guest is my right-hand man, Mr. Mana Kanka, co-GM of the Arizona Scorpions. How you doing, sir?
I'm well. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. I am so glad to have you on the show, Mana. It is a long time coming, brother.
It's hard to believe it. This is our actual first vocal conversation.
I know, right? But it won't be our last, trust me. Beautiful. So tell me, since this is your first time on the show, I would like for you to kind of give a brief overview of yourself, like your hometown, maybe some interesting facts about Kanka.
Well, I'm a Kansan by birth. I moved to Hawaii when I was about 9 years old.
Okay. Wait, you lived in Hawaii when you were 9? Nice. So what was that like?
It was an adjustment. It was definitely an adjustment.
Right.
I was just a little bit too old for it to be a seamless transition.
Gotcha. All right. So you got any more interesting facts you want to tell us about yourself?
I did not catch that.
I'm sorry. Do you have any more interesting facts you want to tell us about yourself?
Let's see. I'm an Air Force vet.
Nice. Okay. How long did you serve in the Air Force?
6 years, from 98 to 2005, or 99 to 2005.
Oh, wow. That's a long time. Well, thank you for your service. We do have a lot of servicemen here. That is phenomenal.
That is phenomenal.
Awesome. So, all right. So tell me, have you ever played sports before? And if so, what were your positions?
Yeah. I played a lot of sports. Interestingly enough, I was not allowed to play sports until my freshman year of high school.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it because your parents kind of wanted you to concentrate on your studies first, or?
That's what I thought. But now looking back, I'm like, you know what? They were just cheap. They knew, like, as soon as I hit high school, the school is going to pay for all the equipment. I see where they're coming from now.
Right? Oh, man, because it's very expensive for your little ones to have any kind of extracurricular activities, depending on what it is. So I definitely get it. So tell me, man, what is your favorite pastime?
My favorite pastime. Probably know the answer to this, but I like to cook.
Yes, I've seen your work. You make things look so amazing. And you're vegan?
I wouldn't consider myself vegan, but plant-based.
Okay.
I didn't realize there was a difference, at first, but there's a difference.
It is. I think if you're vegan, you don't eat byproducts of animals. Of course, you don't eat animals, but you also don't eat their byproducts. So honey or butter, things like that, milk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I gotcha. Yeah, well, you definitely do a good job. Like I was telling you off air, those egg rolls looked amazing. So, how long have you been in the league, man?
I've been in the league now for, going on my 4th season?
Okay, because I'm looking at the teams that you've been on. You've been a member of Houston, you've been a member of Vancouver, and now you're a member of Arizona. So, can you tell me what is the differences that you find in each of those locker rooms?
All right. Now, this is the question.
Okay.
So, the difference between the locker rooms. Honestly, I find most of the locker room environment similar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's always going to be a lot of different personalities in any locker room you go into. So as far as personality types in locker rooms, I would say there is. So Houston was my first team, first locker room, and it being my first season, I didn't know what was going on half the time anyway. So as far as the locker room was concerned, I was like, I'll try to stay positive and stuff, but I really don't know anything else or know anybody. So
Gotcha.
it was a little uncomfortable.
Gotcha. Okay. And what about Vancouver?
not sure if it's a secret or not, but if it is, Andy, I apologize. Apparently, you have to eat a mustard pizza.
I heard about that.
Of the locker room. So in my own style, of course, I had to like make my own homemade, plant-based mustard pizza. But yeah.
How did it turn out?
Come on now.
Oh, I mean, I've never thought to put mustard on my pizza, but
It was actually delicious.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. I believe, who told me that? I want to say the very first time, I talked to Suda Nakai, he told me that. And he said, Vancouver, they do some, it's interesting how they interact with their locker room. So that's awesome. And so what about AZ?
AZ!
Don't say the wrong thing.
Now, AZ is different just because, to me, AZ has got more of a family vibe. There's almost like a real, I don't know what it is about it.
Yeah.
Like, I can't quite put my finger on it, but there's like I was telling Eddie one day, is I feel like if anybody came to Vegas, where I currently live, and stopped by my house, I'd welcome you into my home with open arms. Like, hey, sit down, let's get a bite to eat. No big deal. You need a place to stay? That's cool. Don't quote me on that, though.
Okay, listen, because then you have people all trying to find you, and hey, man, let me stay a couple weeks, and it turn into a month.
Yeah.
You know how that goes. All right, so now you were going to leave the league at one point. Would you mind talking a little bit about that and why you actually decided to stay?
The honest answer to that is quite a boring one, really. I just really wasn't kind of feeling it anymore for a while. It was like, it's fun watching the games and all.
Mm-hmm.
But as a corner, sometimes it's hard to watch. Like, when you're not making spectacular plays and, I've been a pretty good coverage corner, but watching the coverage corner is not very exciting to watch.
Yeah, I can understand that, especially if you're not involved in every play. It can be a little, daunting. So you want your player to be outstanding. But I mean, listen, you got 7 pass deflections, you have 12 interceptions, 7 tackles for loss. Now, I originally thought that this was for season 14, but I think this is your career. So you have been making your mark, man. 12 interceptions, cornerback.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any touchdowns? Did you have some just run back? Oh, okay. Well, let's work on that. We're gonna get you an interception, then you're gonna run it all the way back.
I would love to see that. It's crazy, and I knew this was coming. You're probably gonna lead into it, but having one interception each of my first 2 seasons, and then having 10 last season was huge. And that was kind of crazy to see. Mm-hmm. At the same time, I had a feeling it was going to happen, which is why I decided to join Arizona in the first place.
Right, because Eddie is so defensive minded that he's definitely going to make sure, you get your time out there to shine.
Yeah, I'm sure, if in the league, all around the league, I'm sure that it's pretty well agreed that if you're a defensive player, you're in good hands with Eddie.
Yep, you sure are. And he's working on offense too, so we're gonna see, how good he is with that too. It's a very interesting dynamic to be able to see him do all of it, and it can be done. I mean, I'm looking at Mark Chisholm,
Yeah.
So he won a whole championship. But this is awesome, man. And so tell me, what changed your mind, and then was it the fact that you saw what Eddie had to offer and then you decided to stay in the league, or what changed your mind?
All right. Yes. Like, so I was in Vancouver, not literally, but you know.
I gotcha.
I was in Vancouver, and there was like, I was like on the fence of staying in the leagues, and I noticed one day that Arizona had a team, and Eddie was going to be the owner. I was like, you know what? Let me give this a try. You know, like I said, as a defensive player, I mean, let's just see if there's an opening spot for a corner, right?
Right.
And here I am.
And I'm glad you're here. I am glad you're right here. And what inspired you to become a co-GM?
All right. So, not a lot of people know this, but I get bored easy.
Okay.
I'm just being honest. I get bored easy. And it might be part of the reason why I've bounced from team to team so far. Like, the off season gets here, I need something happening or else I'm bored.
Gotcha.
And the team needed, once Eddie put out the word that the team needed a GM or a coach or an Ashley assistant, comes right on it, that's what the team needed.
Awesome. Well, I will tell you right now that you have been an amazing, amazing asset to this team, to our front office. I never knew how much easier things can be when you have the right kind of help. And Eddie was phenomenal in hiring you. I'm so glad he did, because you know, you have been the cornerstone even of the draft. You know, you've been out there talking to people, and you've been, you know, writing notes and just making sure, you know, you keep tabs on everybody. And it's been wonderful to watch. So I want to thank you in person, like right now, you know, for all that you have done for us. And I'm looking forward to, you know, working with you more and more and more, you know, in future seasons.
Not over yet.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But I do know that you know, you have little ones and stuff like that you need to get home to. So I do have one more question for you. What is the most important aspect of being on a team?
Most important aspect being on a team. There's so many different aspects that could fit that. But I would just say being a team player.
Yeah.
I mean, that might be the cliche, obvious answer, but it's the truth.
No, it's if you're on a team, there is no I in team. If you want the team to work, then there are certain provisions, certain things that you got to do so that the team works. So I definitely understand that. Awesome, man. But I'm going to go ahead and end the interview right here, but I am definitely going to have you back on sometime in the near future, probably to bounce some ideas off of you. But like I like to do for my show, I love to give everybody the last word. So that could be a song, that can be a poem, that could be just a simple shout out. Right now, Nana?
Man, that's right. I forgot about this part.
Oh yeah. So right now, the floor is yours.
The floor is mine.
Yep.
Well, I want to thank you for having me on. It's been a pleasure.
Oh man, it's pleasure. The pleasure is all mine.
To Arizona, the rest of the crew, I look forward to hitting the field with you this season. It's gonna be an epic one.
Oh yeah.
And that's it. Aloha.
Aloha, indeed. All right. I will be talking to you later on, sir.
Alrighty.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right, and thank y'all so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Every time you guys you decide to look at the content that we create, it gives us the fuel and the fire that we need to do better and to create more content. So I really do appreciate that, y'all. Special thanks goes out to everybody that was on the podcast tonight. Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations to all of you for being drafted. This is a wonderful option. And, just be prepared to lose to the Scorpions. But, hey, I wish you the best, of your whole season. I had to sneak that one in. But I'm looking forward to bringing you guys another great podcast. Oh, Mana, thank you so much for being on the show tonight too, brother. I really appreciate you too. But yeah, looking forward to bringing you guys another great podcast next week. So, y'all be safe out there, y'all. Treat each other well. And Striker, out.